things. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
The Proton Pack is not a toy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Proton Pack is Not a Toy. My name is Matt. And if you're new to the channel, as in you've only been with me since the second Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer came out, then you may not be aware of a series I did in the spring and summer of this year called Proton Pack Detective. In this series, I identified specific details and features on all the hero and semi-hero packs used in Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 in concise videos. Now, while they weren't completely comprehensive, they were quite thorough. And I didn't identify any information that had not already been out there, but just kind of compiled it and consolidated it so that it would be easier to reference and use than going through hundreds of reference photos and screen caps, and hopefully save you time and money if you were to not accidentally buy the wrong part on a build that you were working on. So that was the goal of those videos. I also pointed out where the Ghostbusters actors or characters were using different packs throughout the films, and they weren't completely consistent, and I wanted to point those out as well. So if you are referring to a particular screen cap, you might know that Venkman might not be wearing the Venkman pack in this specific scene. So that would help you out as well. As you may be aware, yesterday, Adam Savage and Tested.com posted a huge photo set of like 117 photos of the Phoebe hero pack from Ghostbusters Afterlife. I wanted to kind of look at it and take a stab at a Proton Pack Detective type video for that pack, but I'm putting out there, full disclosure, I have not done my homework yet on all of the new aspects of the packs. There's a lot of new details and parts that aren't consistent with the first two movies, and a lot of you have already done that homework and know what is out there. I haven't yet, so I'm not going to really include that here in this video. Sorry to disappoint if that's what you're coming here for. There are plenty of people that have already identified those things. Matt Burkett, Ray Cameron, shout out to you guys who have really been looking at the details. But I didn't want to quickly do homework on this just for this video and identify a wrong part and put bad information out there as part of this video. So I'm just going to go into it saying that I'll point out where the parts are different and new, but as far as what I'm going for on this video is just looking at the aspects of the Phoebe pack that are either consistent or inconsistent with some of the packs that we've already seen from Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 in the Proton Pack Detective series. So that's the way I'm looking at it here, and I will follow up later on when we have more pictures, or if I have more time to actually do the homework and put good information out there so that we can have all the things that we need and all the details and part numbers and ways to identify the new things that are on this pack. But for now, where I'm just kind of separating the old from the new and commenting on the parts that I have a little bit of experience with. So let's take a look at it. It's pretty obvious that the Phoebe hero pack is modeled after the superhero pack, if not, in fact, a direct descendant of it. Which makes sense considering Sony has allowed Anovos and Max Factory access to the superhero pack in recent years. The mounting screw locations of the Phoebe pack match the superhero, which was the only pack up until this point to have those locations, most clearly seen with the screw in the side of the power cell, whereas other packs were mounted on the side of the EDA. The thrower has an orange hat light on the top of the gun box, another detail once exclusive to the superhero. While the semi-hero packs and Venkman and Zedmore hero packs in Ghostbusters 2 had the clippered elbow mounted on the ion arm instead of the end cap as the Phoebe pack does, the superhero pack was the only one with that detail in 1984. And while the other 1984 hero packs had two dimples on each of the cyclotron rings, the superhero never did, and again that matches the Phoebe pack. While the ribbon cable stands out as a Ghostbusters 84 feature, many of the details link better to the 1989 versions. These details include the black crank knob rather than the gray, the screw mounting the shock mount bellows from the front, pan head screws instead of socket head cap screws on the bumper and mounting locations, and metal Alice frame spacers. The Phoebe pack sports two clippered R331 valves with the label on the wand facing up and the pack facing down. The bumper is mounted correctly with the flat facing under the label on the right side. Instead of Legris or Legree elbows, the Phoebe pack has 3 SMC elbows painted gray to look like Legree elbows. Even Sony can't afford genuine Generation 1 Legree elbows at this point. The long resistor on the ion arm is a Dale RH50 with the logo, which also appeared on the Superhero pack. The small resistor appears to be a Delhomme RH25 without the logo, which only previously appeared on the Stance Hero pack. The Dale PH25 resistor appears on the Phoebe pack with the nut at the base, which does not match any of the previous packs that I've reviewed. While there is no foam at the top edge of the motherboard, there is a giant roll on the top of the frame. The infilter backing is real mesh, like the original Hero packs, and not a solid white insert which appeared in the Ghostbusters 2 Semi-Hero packs. Now let's look at the new aspects of the Phoebe pack. Like I said, I haven't done my homework yet on the new parts and details, but others have identified them on GB Fans and the Spengler 1984 Workbench Facebook group. So if you are looking for specific details, check there. The tubes that once had split loom boots now have strain relief connectors. There are large switches like breakers on the bottom of the ion arm and the bottom of the gearbox. There is a wiring harness wrapped in a yellow mesh sleeve that connects to a new port in the upper left cyclotron near the ribbon cable clamp. The clippered valve is surrounded by small wires that run all over the pack. There is now a quick connect on the loom on each end, at the pack mouse hole and the end of the wand handle. The right side of the synchronous generator now has a heat sink. The wand has tape wrapped around the back grip, while the front grip has been replaced by a shotgun grip. The end of the filler tube looks different, as it was plain and smooth on the other packs, but perhaps now it has a function. The ugly weld between the ion arm and booster tube has either been covered or replaced by a flat angled brace. The loom into the vacuum tube has tape on it and wires escaping. There is an access plate on the back side of the trigger box that was not on previous versions of the packs. This is a nice addition. If you've ever tried to fit switches and wires into that area, you know how much easier it would be to have access to the back side. The Alice strap and frame appear to be different from the military surplus equipment used on previous packs. The Phoebe pack has 2 right shoulder straps, both with a quick release. Finally, there is tape on a lot of the cables and wires, giving it that nice, barely held together and operational look. This is just one in what could be up to 20 production-built Proton packs for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Once this movie releases, we are going to have many different options and variations to choose from, and hopefully reference pictures on each variant. As I do more homework, I'll be able to give you better information on future videos. Thanks for checking out this one.